Got my mic on. Got your mic on. All right. Thank the art gods. We have made it to another FanArt Friday, folks. Welcome, boys, girls, and everyone in between. We are a studio created by artists for artists, and in our sketch sessions, we talk about everything that crosses our minds while creating human art. I'm Esso, and with me, as always, is the co-creator and motivator, Miss Lily.
Hey guys, welcome back to the stream.
All right, let's see. So tonight, I'm going to be showcasing a Ghost in the Shell fan art drawing in celebration of Science Saru's new series that just dropped last week. What are you going to be working on tonight, Lily?
I'm gonna be doing a piece for Avatar: The Last Airbender.
All right, nice, nice. When that one is supposed to be dropping pretty soon, right?
Yeah, I think July 25th. I'm
Oh
not sure.
man, that's close.
Let's
It's
see.
close. I'm excited. I really do want to see it. I've only seen
Yeah,
like a couple
yeah,
of
July
clips here and
25th.
there.
Yeah, I'm glad I managed to avoid seeing like too much. I'm glad that people, even when they saw the leak,
Mm-hmm.
they may have watched the movie. I'm glad that they only stuck to some clips that everyone has seen,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like if they had to make some kind of like edit video or something like that,
Yeah.
they just stuck to some particular scenes they know
Mm-hmm.
people have already seen just to avoid spoilers. So that's pretty cool that
Yeah.
people, you know, even though they disrespected in a way by already
by
watching it,
by
they
yeah.
yeah, they chose to keep some respect by
I mean,
like
I mean, in
saying
all
some
in
people don't
all
want to watch it and
honesty,
stuff.
yeah. In all honesty, I've been looking for different ways of supporting Studio Avatar.
Yeah.
Um, I was looking to see if they were going to be releasing any kind of physical copies of the movie.
Mm.
Outside of it just being on the streaming service, and I haven't seen anything just yet. I hope Paramount does release a physical copy. That'd be really awesome to have in the collection. Otherwise, I've been looking into the various official merchandise that's coming out of Studio Avatar, and it does have, of course, of course, of the graphic novels. I saw that story that you posted on Instagram that you bought one of the graphic novels from them, right?
Oh, well, I bought the box set.
Oh, the
It
box set,
came,
nice.
yeah, it was like more than 50% off on Amazon, so I
Mm-hmm.
just bought the whole thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. I've
pretty cool.
been I've been
Mhm.
taking a look at some of the merchandise stuff and all that. And seeing like better alternative ways of supporting them outside just through the streaming service. Because
That's
honestly,
good.
yeah, I've kind of come to the conclusion that I really don't want to. As much as I really want to see the movie in its best quality ever, I really don't want to give my money to Paramount. It just kind of feels like I'm rewarding this company. Well, A, because they're not going to do a theatrical release.
Mhm.
And B, it's like it just kind of feels like they've given up on the property as is already, and I don't think Paramount needs to get rewarded for shafting Avatar Studio as hard as they have. Like, I'd much rather find alternative means of getting the studio money. Um,
I mean, I think the alternative way you could see it is just showing support for this like I said, like
mm-hmm.
just using your free trial during this time of
Oh
release
yeah, I forgot about the free trial.
or just subscribing specifically during that time of the release and then streaming the shit out of that
Right.
that property alone and then the show as well, just putting it on even in the background 24/7. I think you could look at it that way alternatively. Just doing that
Yeah, I could put on
would
my
really
calculator to
would
cancel
really
my
stick it.
subscription
Yeah, of
before they
course.
charge me.
Would really stick it to Paramount. And I think a lot of the internet as well is
Yeah. Yeah, they
saying
really need
like
to.
stick it to Paramount
Mm-hmm.
to not knowing what gold mine they're sitting on.
I
And
know.
it really is a
My
shame
God.
that they don't know how much money they could make from this property alone. So
Mm-hmm.
here's how I look at it. If the movie does so well on their streaming platform,
Mm-hmm.
what could potentially happen, because I don't know how it works with companies and renting out movie theater space or whatever. I don't know how that works, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I could see it being where they had complications, like maybe they had talks of making a theatrical release after the leak happened. This is
Mm-hmm.
just a theory, right?
Yeah.
But they just couldn't. Like maybe rent space was all taken up, this, that, the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, the best thing that could happen alternatively is people do show up the legal way. They stream
Mm-hmm.
the shit out of the movie. Paramount sees how well it does, and they're like, okay, we're going to do a theatrical release of the movie, kind of like how they did with K-pop Demon Hunters. K-pop Demon Hunters was just stream release only, but then it
Mm-hmm.
did so well that they did a theatrical release, and then that was only for like, excuse me, a weekend,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that did
True.
so stupidly well. So I could see that happening, and that's also been like a really popular thing that's been happening nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Movie theaters, only select ones, I guess, will restream old movies. Like
That's
they've
true.
been doing it with the Studio Ghibli films. They've been
Mm-hmm.
doing it with um I saw one they're doing Sonic the Hedgehog, the first movie again. They did a bunch of other movies as well that just came out recently, so I don't see why they couldn't do it for
Yeah. Yeah.
this movie.
Or at the very least,
If
like a limited
Paramount
run.
if Paramount loves money and they're that's what I think could potentially happen, and
Yeah.
then they finally wake up and then are like, "Oh, we actually do have a cash cow and we are totally underestimating how rabid these fans are
Mm-hmm.
of this show." Alternatively, Paramount could also be seeing what's happening with the Netflix adaptation of Avatar and being like, "Oh, people well, kind of don't like the Netflix Avatar adaptation," which has been I've seen two camps, right? I've seen
Yeah.
people praising it, but then I see people who like me who are avid supporters of the franchise and understand how these characters are written really makes the show itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um and seeing this adaptation and just ripping it to shreds, like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I don't know if you've paid attention to any of season 2, but it's really bad.
It's
Like
going bad.
it's not good. I think some of the like I'm all for an adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender that is darker,
Mm-hmm.
that goes into different story beats, that takes the story into like some things happen differently
Yeah.
if it helps service the story a little better than what it was initially written.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that the characters are written for the show are not servicing the blueprint that has already been set for those characters,
Oh,
if you get what I mean.
really?
Like,
So they're
yeah,
shifting some of the characterizations around.
like the worst way possible
Oh
because
no.
and it's like I said, the way that these characters are written and the stuff that they go through, that's pivotal for those characters. I
Mm-hmm.
think so much. Um and that's why the initial Avatar: The Last Airbender is still like it still resonates with people today because of
Yeah.
how those characters were written and how their stories were depicted. And
Yeah, of course.
oh my gosh, like you have to watch some videos breaking down the
Yeah,
Netflix
I've
adaptation of
I've only
Twilight.
seen like maybe one or two episodes from that Netflix adaptation. And I don't know, from those two episodes, yeah, it does seem like they're going with something that's a little bit more grounded, and I didn't notice them changing too many story beats. Um but it was I have been hearing the murmurs around the internet about, especially now that they've that they have introduced oh no, now her name's escaping me, the
Off.
Earthbender. Yeah, yeah, Toph. Now that they introduced her, people are just like shitting on it hardcore now. So I was
I
like,
mean, like, I think so. The actress who plays Toph does
mm-hmm,
a very good job mimicking how Toph would act. So
right.
she does an actually really amazing job
And some of
of
the
what I've
special
seen
effects
her
that I've
do.
seen look pretty good for
They're
Netflix.
decent, but
Yeah.
they're okay. It doesn't feel as punchy as you would want bending to be, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it feel it all feels very, excuse me, like uh as someone else put it, like very turn-based, like so slow. Like they don't
Oh.
it's choreographed really weird.
Hmm.
Whereas,
Is it kind of
when you
like
watch
choreographed like the Shyamalan movies where they just do all these they do all these movements and the rocks
kind
barely
of,
move?
yeah, it's like super slow and yeah,
Uh-huh.
of course, like this is why again, why I don't like live adaptation because humans can't move the
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
you can animate them. Like
Mhm.
you can animate the human form to look way cooler, to move even faster
But I think
because
if you do that, you kind of like it looks because whenever you try to edit a human movements to the point where they look faster or maybe more
Mhm.
punchier, I guess you could call it, than what a human can actually do. It looks it kind of reminds me of like have you ever heard people complain about the way certain fight scenes are edited to where there's so many cuts that it feels like you get disorientated by what the human figure is doing because they're trying to make it so fast and faster than life essentially.
Well,
And
yeah.
I would be afraid of them running into the same thing again, you know?
Of course, like you can definitely of you know, live adaptations have their limitations.
Yeah, yeah, for
Um
sure.
and that's why I don't like live adaptations. Um I'm not saying that like you can like yes, of course you can CGI the humans in live adaptations to
Yeah.
make it look faster. Of course
Mhm.
that gives an uncanny valley type feel because
Definitely. Yeah.
that's not how a human would ever move ever.
Mhm.
Um so of course there has to be some realism to it.
Yeah.
But,
I think
you
any kind
know,
of live action adaptation suffers
that
from that. The fact that it
that
just
just
needs
kind of
realism.
yeah, that
Yeah.
just kind of lends to the animation is always just going to be superior just because it's able to do
Hmm?
all of those sorts of things. But
Oh,
in
for
this
sure.
case,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
the characterizations of the characters are totally off and especially I think a good example would be Aang, like
Mhm.
especially in season 2. Like people are like saying like this is not the same Aang. Like in the first season he's totally too serious. He's not even goofy, but in the second season he's just like a total ass to Katara. Like the
Oh,
person that
no.
he's like supposed to be head over heels, like has this really kitty crush on. And
Mhm.
yeah, Aang does throw tantrums and he does yell at Katara in the animated uh version for sure,
They're
but he
just
doesn't
missing the mark.
yeah, he doesn't say like he says some really shitty stuff to Katara in the Netflix adaptation, and people are
Oh,
like,
no.
"That's not Aang. Aang would never say that to his woman. What do you mean?" Like,
See,
Yeah.
Rick in chat says, I've heard that the movements in the actual Avatar, The Last Airbender show made sense and used real moves from martial arts, but the live action thing, they just did shit. So yeah, it looks like they were just kind of making it up as they go.
Which is
That
so weird,
sucks,
right? Because
man.
you have a blueprint. Like
Yeah.
you have a blueprint, you have the behind the scenes where the authors, the creators even say like, yeah, we fashioned waterbending after Tai Chi and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like why didn't you have your actors like study the actual fighting style that their bending is
Yeah.
fashioned
Yeah,
after?
that's
Like
such a
why would
weird
you not
creative
have them do
decision.
that?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Goodness.
You failed. How do you fail so badly when the map is right in front of you?
You
Like
know,
it's right
you're
there.
probably right. I think Paramount Plus is looking at that and saying, "Okay, we."
That is the adverse effect, and I'm really hoping they do not pay attention to that
Oh
whatsoever.
man.
Paramount, they need to hire what's just a team of brainy people. Like just because I feel like they don't have any smart people
Well,
about.
the Netflix series that's not being run by the original writers
No,
of Avatar,
no.
right?
Mm-mm.
They
Yeah,
abandoned that property
they
technically.
walked out too, cause
Yeah.
which is what happened, I think, with M. Night Shyamalan's
Yeah,
adaptation
yeah,
as
I think they
well,
did
isn't
the
it?
same thing with that one. Oh
You
man.
think you think you'd listen to the people who like, "Hey, we love your property so much, we wanna adapt it, but don't tell us what to do with the thing that you made," right?
You don't know what you created. We know better.
Yeah, like,
Oh my god, dude. That's
how?
brutal.
But, let me think, is that all I wanna say about Avatar? I think so, yeah. So I started reading the first volume to
Mhm.
catch up. I hope to finish all 5 of them before the movie comes out, which is pretty soon, so maybe not. But cuz there's a lot in, in each volume, which is really cool.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever read have you read any of
I think I've skimmed through a
the
couple of
comic books?
volumes at comic book stores, but I've never
Mhm.
bought them. I never had a chance to like really sit down and read them.
So in the first volume, it picks up right after they end the war,
Yeah.
and you get to see how their relationships are growing like right after it happens, which is great.
Nice.
There's no time skip. um I like how they're showing like Aang and Katara, they're in a relationship now, and
Mhm.
they're all like lovey-dovey and they call each other sweetie, and it's so cute, but they always, how people call each other babe
Yeah.
in a relationship. Well, they call each other sweetie. They're like, "It's okay, sweetie, I got it." And and that's
Yeah.
all they call each other.
Oh
And
god.
and Sokka is just like, "You guys are just giving me the ick. Like I hate this so much."
He's giving him they're giving him a
Yeah.
cavity.
And then well, he says they're giving me the oogie. That's how he explains it. Like, ugh,
That's
so
funny.
oogie. Yeah, it's so funny. And then what else? Oh, and then Zuko, he you see him at the end of the show like confront his dad about
Yeah.
where his mom is.
Mhm.
Um but his dad, you find out that his dad is like telling him all this shit like, "Oh, you don't know the weight that the throne carries, and you're
Oh
gonna be
no.
yeah, you're too weak to handle it. You're gonna come back to me, and like realize I'm right and this and that."
Mhm.
And then Zuko, becomes overcome with this emotion from it, and he actually asks Aang like he tells him, "If I ever become my dad, like in any way, like even to a degree, you have to promise me to that you'll kill me." Like
Hmm.
he just says kill. Like don't take my bending away. Don't lock me up. You have to kill me. And that's And yeah, Aang promises. Aang says, "Yes, I'll kill you if you ever become your dad." Which I
Right.
think he does it because he knows Zuko won't become
Yeah.
his dad.
Yeah.
But there's this point in this. I'm in like almost the middle where it
Mm-hmm.
looks like Zuko is gonna become his dad, and Aang is like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to kill my friend." Like this is, you know. So it's kind of dang, and they're still kids. Like this is probably maybe a few months after the end of the series, and it's just like kids promising other kids that to kill me if I become my dad, you know. It's heavy, like man.
Man, we got Casper over on Instagram. He says, "Forget Airbender. They need to do a really good Dragon Ball live action movie directed by Martin Scorsese."
I don't think it's possible. I don't think
I don't know,
I don't
man.
think you can do.
What
Well, the
mhm.
mhm.
Well, I was gonna
The
say, like, if you get something like the Wachowskis on it, I think they could probably do a pretty good Dragon Ball movie. I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
know who
lie.
that is, but
It's
I
the
heard the One
same.
Piece
Uh huh.
I heard the One Piece adaptation is doing really good.
Oh, the One
The
Piece live
the live
action's
action
really
one?
good. Yeah,
Yeah, I heard it's doing really well.
yeah.
So whoever's doing that, just get that person.
I
I don't
say
know
the
who it is, but
Wachowskis because they did a really good job on Matrix. They had some Dragon Ball elements in there. So, and then they also did the Speed Racer movie that has really become like kind of a cult classic at this point. But I would love to see their version of of Dragon Ball. Scorsese, on the other hand, not so much. I think Scorsese was the one that shit on the MCU, right? I don't think he'll ever take on a anime. But yeah, man, that sounds awesome. I definitely wanna read um the graphic novels. I think it'd be cool to read that before seeing the movie because it's a direct bridge. And how many volumes in total were you saying there were?
well, I think the mainstream ones,
Mm-hmm.
like the ones that you definitely have to read, there's 5 of them, but
Yeah.
then there's some that I think there's one that just came out that delves more into what happens to Azula after she gets arrested and stuff like that.
Oh, so
So,
they're kind of like spin-offs from the main story.
well, it's canon, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not like necessary,
Yeah, it's
I
like
guess.
a side
But
narrative going on.
yeah,
Yeah. All
but
right.
yeah.
That's cool. So before we get into the rest of our topics, let's get a little bit of housekeeping out of the way real quick. If you're watching a stream, join us in chat. Want to say what's up to Rick and Casper, respectively on YouTube and Instagram. Thanks for joining us tonight. It definitely lets YouTube and Instagram know that you are here and counted. If you're a first time watcher on Twitch and Instagram, hit that follow button. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the like and subscribe, as well as the bell, so you get a notification next time we go live. Be sure to follow Miss Lily on all of her socials, both Instagram and TikTok. You can find her at Lily Lilac Draws, all one word, and her links are in chat. And just below her links is going to be our link spree, where you can find more artwork from me, clips from the stream, as well as donate to the studio. Oh, and finally, as a disclaimer, all the artwork that I present in each stream, and only my artwork, is pre recorded. Due to my attention deficit, I cannot draw and carry a conversation on at the same time. Since my process is pretty solitary and vibes filled. So throughout the week, I record about 2 hours of my process via OBS for each stream. If I end up working more than those 2 hours in the week, I speed up the video a little bit in Premiere just to match the total length of the stream. But no artistic process is lost in the video editing, just the time. So, just remember that a good artist isn't always a fast one. Obviously, repetition can speed up the process, but I didn't create the stream to showcase speed. I created it to showcase the process, to create, and to have a good conversation while doing it. So if you notice any kind of video playback, that's either me messing up in the editing process or messing up the presentation, and that is completely my bad. So with saying that, let me go ahead and go over to our sketch screens here so you can see some artwork being created. Let's see. Everything should be going all right now. All right. Man, let's take a look at these topics because we've had a lot happen this past couple of or this past week besides Anime Expo this year where um a lot of news have been coming out of that convention. We also had the new Ghost in the Shell series come out. We've had a number of world events. We've had Instagram doing fucky things with AI. We'll be getting into all of it, folks. But I say let's go ahead and get the really depressing stuff out of the way that's happened in the last week. Kind of like fast fire some world events. This past week, the U.S. ended up losing to Belgium in the World Cup. And this was even after Trump appealed a red card suspension for the player known as Folarin Bologun? Bologun? I believe he's one of our star players on the U.S. team. um, it seems as if FIFA nullified that suspension. It was the first time FIFA had ever nullified a suspension since 1962. But Trump has proven to be bad luck for sports teams, as this is the second time he's caused a local team to lose their game. The first time being the Knicks' third game in the playoffs, and of course, the U.S. losing to Belgium, which I guess that was kind of writing on the wall because we are technically newbies in the field or in the realm of football or soccer, right? Let's see. We man, this one was a tough one whenever I ran across it because this happened literally a couple of days ago. We had ICE kill a Mexican national here in our very own backyard. A gentleman by the name of Lorenzo Salgado Urajo was stopped while driving to work and was killed shortly after. He's 52 years old. He was working as a builder for 3 decades in the Houston area. After coming to the U.S. as an undocumented migrant, they said he had no criminal record and was close to obtaining a work permit, and he was driving himself and 3 co-workers to a site when the incident took place. It looks as if on Thursday, DHS said agents had seen 2 white vans weeks prior to the incident at an address that they had surveyed. And when they returned on Tuesday, they saw a white van with an individual who resembled the target and initiated the traffic stop. So essentially, it seems as if ICE stopped a white van, not because it was the one that they were targeting and they had the deportation paperwork for, but only because he was driving a white van and he was brown. So that's awesome. Of course, our condolences go out to Lorenzo's family and friends, and we hope that justice is carried out, which is possible because shortly after I ran across a article where a ICE agent by the name of Christian Castro was arrested by Texas Rangers for a shooting of a Minnesota resident by the name of Julio Sosa Celis during Operation Metro Surge. He's being charged with 4 counts of second-degree assault and 1 count of falsely reporting a crime. because apparently during these raids in Minnesota, he was chasing down what he believed to be a deportee. Whenever they closed the door, once they got into the house, this ICE agent shot through the door, hit one person in the leg, and the bullet ended up lodging itself into a wall in one of their kids' room. Apparently, there was 4 people in the house that it could have hit. So he's facing he's facing trial now, and charges. So if that seems as if we're in the step in the right direction. If this ICE agent can be brought to justice. And finally, one of our good friends in Instagram recently released a new feature on their app, where it now lets people use your public photos for AI videos and content. So apparently, if you have a Instagram account and it's public, you have to go into your settings to deactivate this feature that Meta applied to all public accounts without any of us knowing. Thankfully, my personal account is privated, but the studio's account is not. And I actually had to go into settings to make sure that nobody can use our voice or any of our artwork in any kind of AI videos, because apparently they have to do is have the tag to your profile, and they can create AI content out of it. So
That's
Lily,
so
if
weird.
your profile is on public, I would definitely do this, and I can I can tell everybody how to do it. Um, if you don't know, let me see here. If you go into Instagram, and if you go to your profile, and if you hit the 3 sandwich buttons in the top right hand corner, you scroll down to where it says sharing and reuse. Once you're in there, you're going to see some options for allow people to reuse your content on Instagram with AI features at Meta. You can uncheck both posts and reels, as well as allow people to create with and reuse your original audio on Meta AI, and you can uncheck that as well. So that way, nobody can be using our voices without our permission. Because that's creepy, man. If they can,
Hmm.
like, because let's say for instance this stream, right? Our stream is just um bouncing avatars in our voices, and anybody can go in with AI and pretty much make us say whatever the hell they want. So
Yeah.
I went in there real fast. um I went in there real fast and ended up changing that in my options, and I encourage everybody else to do. Apparently, I'm not the only one encouraging. SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, also encouraged their members to opt out of that AI feature as well, because they don't
Hmm.
want any of their members to suffer from being used in AI content without their permission. Understandably so. I mean, that could really hurt actors a lot. Any kind of entertainer, in all honesty. Um. Oh, Rick says that he's rooting for France in the World Cup. In the World Cup. Hell yeah, yeah. I'm
Still
down.
going.
I mean, yeah. I think it is. I mean, the World Cup is like weeks of games.
Yeah, apparently.
Right. And a little bit of feel good news that I came across from the last week is that did you hear about Olivia Rodrigo creating a music festival with all female fronted groups called Daisy Chain Fields, and it's just for one day in August 29th. And it's going to go towards nonprofit organizations that work to advance and advocate for young girls and women, which I thought was really cool. Like
That's
some of
cool.
the organizations that it was going to help was like Planned Parenthood, National Women's Law Center, and Black Mamas Matter Alliance. So that was another little piece of feel good news that I came across this past week to kind of like center my brain a little bit more again. Because Jesus Christ, man, there's so much crap happening that every once in a while you need that light at the end of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Do you want to, let's see, go through what was coming out of Anime Expo this past week, or would you want to go over one of the topics that you have on your list?
We can go over Anime Expo.
Anime Expo. So, man, a lot has come out of there. I picked out a few things that I thought that interest me. Specifically, one of the things that I came across with was a article with Miyazaki's son, um, and how he was reporting that his father, at the age of 85, is still creating artwork, and that the last 3 years, his artwork from the last 3 years are being displayed in Ghibli Park, which I just I would kill to go see his artwork up close and personal. Like, have you ever seen of any of his personal pieces before?
Miyazaki? Hayao
Mm-hmm.
Miyazaki?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh man. Like, obviously he has a very distinct style, but
Mm.
whenever he's creating personal pieces, the detail that he goes into with his artwork is insane, man. Like, I would love
Mhm.
to like get my nose right up close to it just to look at the detail. Hell, I would just love to watch the man draw. Let's be honest. I would pay good money just to sit there and watch him draw.
Yeah.
Especially at his age now, right? Like you
How old
don't
is he?
he's 85, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It whenever people get to that age, it always worries me. Um um it always worries me a bit cuz it's like, man, cuz in my brain, like, 80 is kind of like always the cutoff for most guys, like the moment you hit 80, anything beyond that is just borrowed time, you know what I mean? Or
Mhm.
statistically speaking. So I'm always like, God, man, so as soon as somebody gets over 80, my first thought was like, man, how much longer do we have with this guy? Like, I want to be able to like see one of his art exhibits or something of his, before that time comes. I would love to witness some of it.
Yeah, definitely.
um let's see here. The other piece of news that came out of the expo, they just got through debuting, or I'm sorry, they just got through announcing the second season of Delicious in Dungeon. And they say it's going to be debuting on October of next year. It's going to be streaming on Netflix, and I got super excited by that because I love that anime, especially like
Yeah, it's
going.
really good.
Uh huh.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh yeah, yeah, really good. And I really liked the mystery that they started adding going towards the end. It started getting more and more serious as the series went on. So I'm excited to see where they take that. Um, there was a animated. I wonder if you had seen this. Because they released a animated short film called Sonic the Hedgehog Memories and Beyond. Did you see this animation at all? I don't remember if I sent it to you through Messenger or something to that degree.
I don't think I have. Let me
So
see.
apparently, it's gonna debut this fall.
Mhm.
And Sega is currently streaming a sneak peek of it, so it's kind of like a teaser of the animated film. I don't know what it coincides with. I don't know if there's like I mean, I know they're working on a new movie, but I don't know if it coincides with the movie or if it's gonna coincide with the new video game release. I haven't heard anything to that degree, but I thought that was I saw a bit of that animation and it looks really good, and B, it's got all the favorites on there, and it's just fun to watch.
I think it's just going into another storyline.
Really?
Um,
What do you
Not
mean?
really another storyline. It's
Mhm.
just it's its own thing,
Yeah. Oh, you think
you
it's just
know?
gonna be a standalone short film?
Yeah. I
That'd be
mean,
cool.
there's just it is the 35th anniversary for
Jesus, really?
Sonic. Yeah, they didn't well, you linked it here.
Yeah,
It
I
says
know.
so in the title.
It's just
Eh,
hearing it. Hearing it takes me back.
well, yeah. They didn't, they didn't
Yeah.
they didn't announce like a remake of a game or a new game, so they had to do
Mhm.
something.
Yeah, it's
So I think
true.
it's just gonna be its own little film.
When is the
Like
movie
this,
set to release?
uh, not this year. I think it's next year, which is gonna be awesome.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah, I
you're
think
right.
it is
March of
next year
next year.
because,
Mhm.
yeah, like no one's talking about it if it were
Yeah.
this year. But yeah, like the Sonic franchise has so many story beats. It has common characters,
Mhm.
so you can do, and they have so many adventures. You could just say this is just one of their adventures that you never got to see, that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's definitely
Um,
gonna bring up memories of, like, the old animated series for me.
it does look like it's the same animation style that they did for the short series they did for Shadow when
Mhm.
it was Year of Shadow. So,
Yeah. Ah, that's
um,
awesome, man. It
it's
looks really
it's
good.
doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always do a good job with, and I think they have to. It's one of their titular characters, Sega. So,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
and this is a company that really understands how crazy their fan base is. So them, like, yeah,
Yeah?
I feel like they could be doing more in
Mhm.
terms of the actual video games, but uh, they don't fail when it comes to like the the animations and the merchandise and stuff like that. So, doing pretty good, Sega.
Did what do you I didn't check, but, what, animation studio did this? Or is this like a Sega in-house team?
Oh, I didn't see. And
Oh,
I'm
man.
not sure who does the animation for it.
Yeah, because I mean, that'd be I'm interested to learn, who it is, and, because, I mean, they just did an awesome job on it.
Mhm.
So yeah, whenever I saw that, I was like, "Hell yeah. I'm down for another short film. Bring it on, man." Um, Speaking of films though, and I don't get to do this often, and I really hope I can catch this. Crunchyroll and Sony Pictures are gonna screen Akira in the US and Canada on September 4th in both 4K and IMAX, which, damn, man, I would love to watch Akira in IMAX. This kind of has me salivating at the mouth, because I was introduced to Akira roughly around the same time I was introduced to the 1995 film Ghost in the Shell, right? And as somebody who grew up mostly on Western films and Western animation, to see an Eastern animated film that had so many adult themes to it just kind of blew my mind as a young adult. So, but I've only witnessed it through home video, right? Like it was never in theaters. Me growing up, same with Ghost in the Shell. It was never in theaters for me growing up, and it's really cool that they're kind of releasing this for IMAX. So I want to keep my ear to the ground to see if it's released anywhere near me. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, like it's I don't know. I just got to see where it's being released because this is gonna be a 1 day thing, which really, which which sucks in itself. Like if you don't catch it on that 1 day, you're screwed. But did were you ever a fan of Akira?
Well, I haven't watched Akira.
You've
I've
never
never
watched it?
Yeah, I've never seen Akira,
Oh
which is
damn!
which
I
is
always thought that was
yeah,
like
it's crazy because
yeah,
it's
it's
a
one of
pivotal
those.
moment. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
cornerstone of animation,
yeah, exactly.
I
It's like
think.
a
Yeah, and
cornerstone of
anime.
anime. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like one of the yeah, I haven't seen a lot of
At the tent
those
poles, huh?
cornerstones of yeah, of
Yeah.
anime because especially with the content, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah. Like whenever
I
this
just
would have
wasn't
came
able to
out, you
see
would
it.
have been
Yeah.
a baby. So
Yeah.
by the time it came out for home video, yeah, you still would have been pretty. I mean, like whenever I first ran across Akira, now obviously Akira's been out since I was probably 10 years old. Man, when did Akira first come out? Damn it. I honestly don't know. I'm guessing early. You know what? Let's take a guess. When do you think Akira first came out? I'm going to say 95,
I was gonna say like 80 something.
80 something.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, holy shit, you're right. It first hit theaters in 88. Good God, I would have been like 5 years
Yeah.
old at the time, bro.
Like you can kind of tell by what
Yeah.
the fashion is and
Yeah,
the
it's true.
like even it being futuristic
Uh-huh.
and in its placement and its, you know, in time, of course. You can still tell that it's very much an 80s property.
Oh, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Damn, man. God, I get well, it's like I said, I was introduced to this. I was practically a young adult, probably I don't know, probably late teens, I guess. 16, 17, 18, somewhere around there. Whenever I was first introduced to Akira. And I think with Akira I was introduced to it by my best buddy Joe, who's in chat on Instagram right now. I think what maybe he was the first one to show it to me, I think. Um but yeah, man, it's one of I was definitely older whenever I saw it. So, I mean, yeah, I can understand why you wouldn't have seen it until you were much older.
Mhm.
Um,
So yeah, I did hear that it was having a theatrical release. So
mhm.
or re-release rather. So it'd be cool to be able to watch it. I just don't know how long they run these for and if
Yeah.
it is just a day or hopefully it's a week or something like that and it's somewhere close cuz it's only select theaters,
Mhm.
which sucks, but
Yeah. Every
hopefully, yeah, hopefully
yeah,
it's somewhere
everything that I'm hearing about it, it's only going to be in theaters. Well, they say they're screening it on September 4th. Usually if they say they're screening it, it means it's going to be a 1 day limited release. Because if it was gonna have like a theatrical run, they'd probably say like start screening at whatever date. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it, put it into my calendar again, and see if I can catch this because that'd be really cool to be able to see in the theaters. Let's see here. Going from um anime news, we had a new release on Marvel Rivals for season 9. We have 2 new heroes as well as a new map and antagonist. Um, so we're going to be getting Jubilee as a strategist, and we're going to be getting the Hood. But the Hood's not going to be released until August. Um, and then the new map is called Thebes, which is Egyptian themed map, and that's going to be released later on this month, on the 23rd. Because I think season 9 just released today, actually. So if you're
Oh, heck
playing the
yeah.
game, yeah, you should be able to play Jubilee now. Um, I was looking at some of the gameplay for it, and I think they did a really good job at they did a really good job at um kind of playing with her power set.
Adapting her power.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah.
it's kind of hard. I mean, you're dealing with a mutant power that has to deal with plasma, that becomes ignited to look like fireworks. Like I was kind of confused on how they were gonna do that. Ah, yeah, it was you, Casper. Casper in chat on Instagram says that yes, it was him that introduced me to Akira.
Mhm.
he goes, he pretty much made me into the man I am now. I mean, to be fair, it was Casper that also introduced me to like Dragon Ball and God, man, I remember Casper used to have like the entire VHS collection that created like this mural of Dragon Ball Z. We used to
That's
watch it
cool.
religiously back then. um Let's see. Rick says, why does the hood, he's talking about my Marvel rivals, why does the hood look so good? He goes, actually, why does like most of the Marvel rivals men look good too? did you see did you see that Captain America?
Because fan service. They nerfed. Okay, so like there was double standard for Captain America's skin.
Yeah.
They nerfed his bulge.
They did nerf his
And
bulge. I
and
saw
and people were like,
that.
"Okay, yeah, so we can enlarge Luna Snow's breasts for her one skin, but we can nerf we can nerf Captain America's bulge because that's crossing the line."
I mean, folks,
Okay.
why can't we have him in a mankini with the largest bulge known to man?
Like, come on now. Like I
This is
I
equal
totally get it.
opportunity gooning.
So so what I like about Marvel Rivals is that
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't shy away
Oh
from
yeah, for sure.
what like it is like, yeah, these characters are hot
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
gonna
All
have
of them are hot.
some skins. You're
You're
gonna
gonna
have
have
some
fun
skits
playing
that
with all of
that
them.
show off, yeah, some
Even the
stuff. And that's
creatures. Don't even get me
like
started on Venom. You know.
okay, don't go that far. But like okay. Um but yeah, like I think there is definitely a weird double standard. Um I think it's funny, but also, yeah, why do you have to feel the need to do that? Like that's kind of weird, you know? Like just leave it as is.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
don't shirk away from what you've already started.
Just be the gooner game that you know you want to
Just
be.
yeah, just
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 do it.
embrace it.
Embrace
You
it,
know,
man.
like why you what?
It,
That's
it
such
I,
a weird update
yeah,
to me.
I think it's one of those things because the thing is, like, they still kept his jiggle physics, and I'm not talking
That's
about just
funny.
with his crutch. I'm talking about like the jiggle physics on his ass and chest. But yeah, whenever it
So
came
yeah,
to his
why?
bulge, they just
Why?
maybe they felt as if that was just a tad too far.
Really interesting. Yeah, but we can keep Luna Snow's boobs
I mean,
bigger in one skin than all her other skins. Okay. Okay.
and don't
Yeah.
forget the
Makes
ass.
sense.
There's plenty of ass being
That makes
thrown
sense.
around for both genders. Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah, whenever I came across that, obviously there was video after video of people commenting on the different emotes, where I think I kept hearing the phrase "you can see it from behind" more times than I wanted to. And then whenever they released Jubilee, I was really surprised that they embraced the vampire storyline for her. Um, because that was a storyline that Jubilee had in the comics that didn't live all that long, although she did have the vampire powers for a while. But I mean, her vampire outfit bruh, bruh.
Crazy how much I'm learning about these characters that I would have never learned otherwise, you
Dude,
know?
there is a wealth of stories out there,
Pretty cool.
Lily.
Yeah,
You don't understand.
that's the cool thing about
Yeah.
the comic book, um, just, what is it? The comic book world?
Yeah.
That there's just
Yeah.
so many stories that have been told of these characters that you would never know. So I
Mhm.
think it's cool that Marvel Rivals is doing it, even in a subtle way of just
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is a skin. Because
It
as a normie person,
mhm.
me, I would have just thought, oh, cool, cool goth skin. Like,
Right.
but then you find out, oh, wait, no, she actually has like this story behind it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you can read it.
there's a whole thing behind it. I think it's whenever well, what's cool about Marvel Rivals is that there's also a comic book companion to it, right? So they're pulling these Marvel heroes out from different timelines. And in the
Yeah.
comic book, they're kind of showing like where these what their backstories are, how do they fit into the overall narrative in the game. And I thought that was super cool, right? It's like it's one of those things, kind of like we were talking about last stream, how comic book companies really need to monetize, really need to lean in hard with not monetize. What's the word I'm looking for? Um, I guess take advantage of the popularity of these different medias using their characters and just bring it right back to the comic books. And I think Marvel Rivals is doing a fantastic job at that. You know, besides
Mhm.
all the like little biography blurbs that it kind of releases with every character. You know, being able to have a comic book to come along with it, even if it's the digital form of it, that's more context, right? That's more content. I just think that just makes it so much better. Like you just get
Mhm.
story that you didn't know existed. And then it might entice people to go look at, you know, the storyline where Jubilee did turn into a vampire and find out what happened there, and then find out whenever she joined Weapon X, because now that she was a vampire, she could do the shit she didn't used to be able to do, you know? And it's like it's such a cool it's such a it's I think it's a really good gateway. It's a really good gateway to introduce people to new storylines. I think the other property that's doing a really good job at it is X-Men 97. Um the episode 4 just came out last week. I believe Wednesday last week, if I'm not mistaken. And dude, that episode was fucking traumatizing. Just as bad as like the cliffhanger of season 1. I mean, it was good, man. Like I heard people talking about it everywhere. And like again, you know, these people don't, you know, a lot of people who aren't familiar with any of the comic books, like these storylines exist in them, you know, and
Mhm.
I hope that it just kind of breeds demand a little bit more. You know, you use this as a gateway because you know I can't praise enough X-Men 97. Like it's doing something that the original cartoon series never did, in my opinion. Like it,
That's
and not
cool.
yeah, not only that, like the animation is tons better. The storylines, like I just love that they're embracing like the soap opera ness of the comics and just kind of like embracing the characters now. And now you're having like X-Men characters that we never saw in the original animated series are now being brought into this one. Like they just got through introducing Psylocke, and she was such a cool character. And oh dude, I am eating it up. I mean, comic book nerds are just eating well this summer. I swear they are. And not only that, but we're about to get what's happening in a couple of weeks?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man's gonna be coming out soon.
Spider-Man.
San Diego Comic-Con is gonna be
Oh,
happening.
I forgot that was a thing.
Dude, dude. What the really cool part is that Marvel is coming back to Hall H, which is like one of the big convention rooms where they usually uh, release never before seen footage or content or announcements and
That's
stuff like
cool.
that. And they're coming back again this year, and everybody's freaking out because they're talking about like seeing like Sentinel heads. So we're gonna get some X-Men, and some more X-Men news. And oh, dude, I'm fucking hyped. I'm ready. Just feed it all to me, man. Just stuff it down my throat.
Okay.
I can't wait for it. It's gonna be coming out. Let's see. I believe Comic Cons usually happens roughly around my birthday, so it's gonna be here in about a week or so. So, dude, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. My body and mind are willing and ready. Um, but yeah, I'm loving this. And again, they need to start. They need to start pointing people towards the comics that these are a part of. Hey, Mark's in chat. How's it going today, man? Thank you for
Hey,
joining us
Mark.
tonight, buddy. Yeah, they need to start. They need to start having these. Start pointing people towards the comics. Now that if I'm not mistaken, if you have a subscription, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody out there who's listening, but I think if you have a subscription to Amazon Prime or Disney Plus, you also have access to Marvel Unlimited, which is you get
No,
unlimited
I have no
access
idea.
to. Yeah, I gotta look this up myself,
'Cause
and
I
I'll
have Disney Plus.
yeah, I gotta look it up because I think if you do have Disney Plus, you might have access to Marvel Unlimited, which means you have access to all the digital comics.
That's pretty
Um,
cool.
yeah, but
If it's true.
don't quote me on that. I'll look it up in the whenever people rewatch this episode on Monday or Wednesday. I'll have the correction there as a graphic for myself. So I noticed it whenever I'm rewatching these streams. I have to correct things I say all the time.
Mhm.
Like, oh shit, I was wrong about that. Let me let me correct that. Or oh no, I meant to say this instead. So like whenever I'm editing these videos, like I'll put like what I actually meant to say as kind of like a center bar over my mouth. mm. Yeah, I'm willing to admit whenever I fuck up, um,
That's good.
let's see here. What else? What else? Um, so Marvel Rivals season 9 is out. Um, increase the bulge or rewrite it, right? Keep the game a gooner game. Um, the other thing that I ran across that I thought was pretty interesting. Were you ever a fan of the Da Vinci Code?
No.
No. So I became a fan
I
of the
don't
Da Vinci Code whenever it
the
was
the
like a big
movie?
the books actually. I
Okay, that's all I know about the Da Vinci Code is Nicolas Cage. Yep,
so
all I
so
know about it.
I became a big fan of Dan Brown, who's the writer of the Da Vinci or the Doctor Langdon uh, mystery thrillers. And he's got a whole series of books, and God only knows how many I own at this point. I think the last one that I read was, man, I can't even remember the title of it. Um, but anyways, I became a big fan of these books because it plays around with symbology and ancient societies, and it's kind of like a mystery thriller thing. And then I was reading the books for a while, um, and this was after the first movie with Tom Hanks came out. Um, and because I didn't even know who the hell Dan Brown was beforehand, but after I saw the movie I was like, okay, I want to keep reading into the premise because it was pretty interesting. And I think since then I've read like roughly around 3 other books within that series. um but apparently I didn't know that Netflix was creating their own adaptation of the books. which I think is really interesting. Only because it would kind of be easy for Netflix to do because the Da Vinci Code series isn't like graphics heavy, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
essentially just a mystery thriller. I don't know who they're gonna be getting to play Robert Langdon, which is the main protagonist and the professor in the story. But I thought that was really interesting, because outside of the Avatar adaptation, a lot of adaptations coming out of Netflix are really fucking good. And that's including anime as well as other live action IPs
Yeah,
like
they actually are pretty good.
yeah, I mean, like another one that I was a big fan of was what is it called? The three body pop problem. Did you ever hear about that series by
No.
any chance?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it was kind of like what do you call it? Kind of like a mystery thriller with sci-fi aspects to it. Um, but it's another really good series that kind of covers um uh man, how would I describe this? I would describe it as a group of people start experiencing some supernatural phenomenon whenever they encounter a headset that proposes a three body problem to whoever puts the headset on. Like they have to solve this problem. If they don't solve the problem, it ends up killing the user that's wearing this VR like headset. And then as time goes on, they end up realizing that this isn't a video game that they're experiencing, but instead something that could possibly be otherworldly. And that's the only thing I can say without kind of like spoiling the whole series. But my god, is it fun to watch. I think it's and apparently it was a book series before it was adapted by Netflix. And yeah, it's really fun. I recommend if anybody likes sci-fi or mysteries or thrillers, I highly recommend that show. And if they follow the same suit with this with Dan Brown's Da Vinci Code, then fucking sign me up, dude. Say less. I'll be there. Um, I still would like to know who the hell is playing Robert Langdon, because it can't like be a young, good-looking, dashing dude. This guy's got to be like professor age,
You
and
mean
he
like like who is that who Nicolas Cage plays in the
um
movie?
it was Tom Hanks that was playing him, but yeah, yeah, that's who Tom Hanks was
Man,
playing.
that's like the only thing I remember about those movies is that Nicolas Cage was in it and they were taking the Declaration of Independence and
Oh,
it
wait,
had
wait,
like
wait, hold on.
invisible
You're
ink on
thinking
it.
of National Treasure.
Those aren't the same thing? Okay,
No,
well,
no, they're not the same thing. So
then
National
I
Treasure
definitely have no idea what you're talking about.
National Treasure is Nicolas Cage stealing the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then there's
the
invisible ink on it and he
with
like
invisible. You're
puts
right. Yeah,
lemon
yeah,
juice or
with
whatever on it.
yeah, with invisible ink. Still very much a good movie series. I love that series. don't, I'm a big fan of that series. I own both movies. Um, I'm talking about specifically. There was a movie that came out that starred Tom Hanks and damn, who the hell else was in this movie? Was it? Oh no, I'm not gonna remember. Let me see. I know for sure it was Tom Hanks, and it came out in 2006. Um, and the other lead protagonist, the actress, her name is Audrey Tattoo. I believe that's the way you pronounce her name. But it has like Ian McKellen in it and Jean Reno and Paul Bettany, a lot of these big actors, right? But essentially the movie is about there's a murder in Paris at the Louvre Museum, right? And again, I'm a gigantic art nerd, so it has to deal with the Louvre. I was in, and cryptic clues in some of Leonardo da Vinci's most famous paintings led to the discovery of a religious mystery. For 2000, I'm reading the synopsis here. For 2000 years, a secret society closely guards information that, should it come to light, could rock the very foundations of Christianity. And it's like I said, it's kind of it's just like a thriller mystery with a lot of heady symbology and clues in it. And back in 2006, dude, I was eating that shit up. So but yeah, if you're not that heavy into like murder mysteries and stuff like that, yeah, it probably wouldn't be as entertaining.
I like mysteries, but I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if
Maybe.
I
I
think
like
it.
mysteries.
Yeah, if you're into like kind of like
I like Detective Conan,
yeah. So
but I
if
just
you
really like
like
mysteries.
yeah, if you like detective work and mysteries, and if you like symbology and secret societies and like uncovering like ancient mysteries and stuff like that, I think you'd like Da Vinci Code. It's not like high packed action where things are happening all the time, but there's just enough suspense of cloak and dagger happening to where it keeps your attention pretty well. See, Mark says, "Wow, National Treasure came out in 2004. Came out before the Da Vinci Code. Fuck." Damn. I didn't know that. I guess for some reason I thought Da Vinci Code came out before National Treasure. But
Yeah,
granted,
dude.
yeah, I don't know either,
I
man.
I don't know. I was a kid. I was really small.
Yeah, I was pretty young back then. So oh man. It's still again National Treasure. Love those movies though. They're great movies. Like I got no issue with them. I love them a lot. I can't wait till I can introduce him to my kid. Um, let's see. Outside of that, man, I only have one more topic to get into, which I was going to talk about the Ghost in the Shell series that just recently came back. So, do you want to go over some of your topics that you have here?
Let's see. We went over Avatar. Let's
Mm-hmm.
see. Yeah. Yeah, I saw a LinkedIn article this
Yeah.
week that was saying that companies are now um pushing against their AI implementation in the job force. They're I read that wrong, but they're walking it back. Like they're walking the efforts back.
Oh.
They're starting to hire a lot of their human workforce back
Oh,
because of
I
the failed
saw
AI
that.
implementation that they've
Uh-huh.
been doing just this past year. Which is good step forward.
Yeah.
I think it all I want is for them to, they're fucking around and finding out.
All right.
And you got plenty of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
No,
well,
dude,
fuck
like
you.
I came across this earlier in the week, and I had seen that like apparently Ford had gotten rid of a lot of their was it their engineers or
Wow,
the
that's
architects
crazy.
for
Cause
their
I
models?
didn't know it. I didn't know anything about like I just know companies have started doing it. I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
which companies were doing it. And to hear that like Ford was getting rid of their engineers.
Yes,
Like that's
dude, they're
kind of
fucking engineers. That's great. Like
kind
the
of like
people
the
that make
last person you
yeah,
wanted.
like the people that make that make your cars possible, you know?
Make sure the cars run
Make sure it runs
and
the way it's
don't
supposed to.
explode.
Well,
Like,
like this is the most insane part, right? So
uh,
Ford ends up thinking that AI is going to be able to fast track. So what they did, I remember reading about this. What they did is that they ended up having these engineers train the AI, and
mm,
they were hoping that by training the AI with what they knew, the AI was going to be able to take it from there and run with it, right? And then
mm,
what they ended up finding out that AI, and this is what I think for AI in general, Ford vastly overestimated what AI was actually
mhm,
capable of in its current form, right?
yeah,
Like I honestly think that a good majority of people in society right now think that AI can do way more than what it can actually do, outside of
mhm,
just being like a glorified search engine at this point.
mhm,
And because of that, and I think it's really because the industry themselves are trying to sell this idea like we're breeding a fucking digital consciousness out of the cloud or whatever the fuck they're trying to sell everybody, like we've gotten into sentient AI or some BS like that. And so these companies buy into the hype, and they're like, yeah, man, we're gonna get this sentient AI to absorb all the knowledge of our engineers, and it's gonna be able to spit out the best schematics ever known to man, and it's just like, and so they try it backfires because it's it's not doing what they
it's
think
not
it's gonna
able.
do,
Yep.
and then they have to rehire these engineers back, which, I mean, at that point, I hope to God, I hope to all that is good and holy that these engineers bled for dry by
Mhm.
like asking for more money. Like
Yep.
dude, dude, if I came back, I would come back with the most smuggest grin and asking for the most ridiculous amount of money known to man.
So stupid.
Be
Like,
like, you can't do this without me, motherfucker.
mhm.
But
It's
uh-huh.
yeah. It's like I'm glad, that it's
Yeah.
happening, but it's also just disappointing that they have to find out this way. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but also I don't feel too bad because it's like, fuck you, you
Yeah. Yeah,
get what you
exactly.
paid for, which
Yeah,
was
you
pretty much
fucked
shit.
yourself. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like
Yeah.
you really did.
It's nutty,
Um,
man. It's absolutely nutty.
mhm,
I
yeah.
think people I honestly think that a lot of people have bought into the hype of what the AI developers are trying to sell, right? Like this
Mhm.
idea that we're in this new age of sentient like AI. And because of that, they just kind of they think that they're essentially getting a sentient a digital sentience, and it's just like,
Basically what Iron Man
yeah, yeah,
Iron
that's
Man's
what they're
AI
thinking,
is.
yeah.
That's what they think is being made, but it's
they
like,
they were raised on the MCU and they're thinking they're getting a Jarvis.
yeah, and it's like, okay, now you're seeing the actual ramifications and
Yeah.
what it takes to even power a fraction of what that AI is
Oh yeah.
capable of
Oh
doing.
dude,
Like,
I shit you not, I've been seeing these conspiracy theories online lately, where these people
about
are
what?
like, well, they're just like, oh, well, what the government's not telling you is that AI has become sentient. And the reason the government's not talking about AI as much anymore is because they're dealing with the real consciousness, within, DARPA. Who the fuck knows what they're going on about? But they're just kind of buying into they're sniffing these AI developer farts, and they're just getting high on their own supply at this point. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
Mm,
I mean, that's not to say like at some point will we have well, Let me think here. So the real question is, at some point, will we have sentient AI? And my honest opinion is, I don't think we're gonna have that anywhere near our lifetimes. Like,
I hope not. Dear
yeah, it
God,
was.
I hope
Yeah,
not.
I mean,
Have you
hey,
guys
that's a warning.
have you guys played okay, there's so many video games and so many
So many
movies
stories.
that
Yes,
explain
the
what
dangers
what fucked
of
upness
reaching that.
can happen with sentient AIs and how fucked that would like
We can
oh
barely
my
get our own
god.
sentience down, folks.
Like bro, just just don't. Like there's a movie that is actually called AI. Go watch it.
Mark says, I've seen Terminator and know what Skynet can do.
Exactly. Can we just
No,
not?
I'm
Just
just
don't do it.
I just don't understand like the well, I think people. This is my honest thought here. My honest thought is, I think people are really good at anthropomorphizing, um, uh, 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 or non-sentient things, right? Like, we're really good at giving personalities to animals and to objects and to trees, fucking everything, right? It's how religion was created, right? Just us giving personalities to fucking everything. And I think that whenever we're looking at an algorithm that that can mimic us, right? Essentially, that's all it's doing. It's just an advanced algorithm that requires gigantic ass fucking warehouses to pollute the environment around it. It's an advanced algorithm that can mimic some of the things that we do. And I think that we, as a society right now, are sitting there going, we see these little things, and just like with our pets, we're like, oh, well, this thing's just like us, right? Like, this thing could do everything that I do, right? Like, it has feelings and a personality, and it's smart and all this BS. And it's just like, no, it's just a bunch of ones and zeros that we've programmed to work in a very specific way. And granted, a very large specific way, but still very, very mechanized, very purposeful, very, very mechanical, right? Like, it's not a personality. And so, you know, whenever we're looking at this mimicking AI and we're pretending like it can do everything we do all of a sudden, I think essentially we kind of F ourselves by, like, especially businesses, right? Businesses F themselves by saying, oh, like, oh, now we can get rid of the actual sentient human beings, and we can incorporate this AI, and it's going to be able to do everything better and faster and more correct. And it's just like, I'm getting rid of the human element, so it's got to be better, right? And it's like, come on, come on. We're not there yet. Do you know how complex human consciousness is? And you think you're going to get that out of a machine that can't even, that can't even touch, the complexity of human, neurons and synapses. Like, come on, man. Casper on Instagram, he wonders, would we get outer space aliens or sentient AI first? Ooh, that's a good question.
Well, they've already confirmed that they're aliens in an
Definitely.
effort to
Well, I think,
in an
yeah.
effort to divert from other things that we should be
For sure.
still focusing on right now,
The thing
by the
is,
way.
yeah, I think mathematically we know that aliens exist, right? Like,
Mhm.
there's no way that they don't. As far as, like, what the government has been revealing lately with there being aliens that are visiting us, yeah, that's still a gigantic question mark. But yeah, I see that happening more often than not, as opposed to a sentient AI. Because I think sentient AI, I think we underestimate what it requires to have consciousness. I mean, hell, like I said, human consciousness is hard to define, much less being able to recreate what human consciousness is digitally. I think would just be a monumental task and would require more resources than what we actually have available to us here on Earth. So I would say we would I think we would get outer
Well,
space aliens.
let me walk a no, let me
Mhm.
walk that back.
Yeah.
Um, I think the question would be contact with alien life
Oh,
versus sentient AI. And
contact. Yeah, that's
I think
different.
the reason why we haven't had contact with aliens yet is because they look at us and they're like, "Damn,
Oh,
that
these
place
guys are
is fucked."
morons.
Yeah, that place is full of stupid people. We're not gonna go talk to them. Like, what the hell? Same thing with Dr. Stone, you know, they
Yeah, yeah.
the little alien dudes are like, "Yeah, you guys are too dumb.
You
We're gonna
guys are
leave.
idiots.
You guys took so long to get out."
Casper says, "You haven't seen the sentient AI in Japan? they, they never say no." So I have seen, I don't remember if it was in Japan or China. They had released their AI driven humanoid robots. Have you seen these things by any chance, Lily?
I've seen robots
You've
being
seen, so
developed.
I think I ran across this video out, like doom scrolling one day, and I think it was coming out of China. I don't think it was in Japan. Japan has it to where they've turned sidewalks into electricity. Don't forget that, guys. Japan
That's
are
cool.
creating electricity through
Why are we not
sidewalks.
doing that here? Like, what the
Although I think that's a meme. I don't know if they're actually doing it. I think it was just like a tech demo where they made a sidewalk platform where whenever you step on it, it converts that kinetic energy into electricity. But I don't know if they've
pretty
implemented
cool.
it on large scale. It'd be pretty cool, yeah, if you can implement it on on a larger scale, and therefore it's like you can supply energy more readily.
Solve a
Solve
ton
our
of energy
electricity
issues.
crisis that we're in.
Yeah.
Energy crisis. But I was doom scrolling one time, and I think it was China. They had released these, what they called more realistic androids, AI driven androids, and they have realistic features, squishy skin, all that good jazz, and they blink, which I don't know. I mean, just having a robot blink, I guess, tricks us into thinking that it's more sentient than what it actually is. Because why would a robot need to blink? But
Mhm.
yeah, and it was being displayed at some sort of convention, and people were having conversations with the AI. But I mean, uh, again, I think that's ultimately still just kind of like mimicry, right? It's not real consciousness. It's just kind of like an algorithm. Granted, like I said, a little bit more complex algorithm, but it's essentially mimicking what we teach it. Like
This is why,
mm-hmm,
man, like thinking about that type of stuff really, and this is why it needs to be nipped in the bud, like
mm-hmm.
before it gets too far. Because yeah, then you're having like philosophical questions, like what is it to be sentient? What is it to be a a a being, you
It's
know?
true.
Like, and
Those are all great
again,
questions to ponder.
so many movies, so many video games that ask this question, okay?
Yeah.
And we need to not, because then because we because we're fucking ourselves over as humans, I think, at
Oh
that
man,
point.
have you ever had the teleportation discussion before?
Teleportation
Yeah.
discussion.
All right. So in the series, the TV series Star Trek, they have a teleporter, a teleporting deck. I forgot what the official name of it is, right? I'll correct myself in the enhanced stream. But they have a teleportation deck. And essentially, technically what it does is that it breaks you down um it breaks you down to an atomic level, and it reassembles you in a different location, right?
Mhm.
And essentially the idea is that it transfers your consciousness from one location over to the next location. But the real
Mhm.
question is that if you're broken down to the atomic level in one location and reassembled in a different location, are you then just killing
Using
yourself and creating
mm,
a clone of yourself somewhere else? Is that really the same consciousness that
because it's
existed?
not using the same like
Exactly.
chemical makeup that you
Yeah, yeah, like
started from.
and that really goes into cloning in general, right? Like the idea of being able to transfer your consciousness from one being over to the next, or from one state of being over to the next state of being, because the real question is um oh, it's just called a transporter, Mark says. There you go. Because it's one of those things where the human consciousness is very, very, very localized in our brain, right? Like we can even manipulate our consciousness by manipulating our gray matter, right? I'm thinking specifically of those those medical studies that happened in the 60s, where in order to treat epilepsy, they had to separate the left and right hemispheres of the brain, and essentially it ended up creating two distinct personalities within the same body. Like one half of the brain controlled like conscious the talking and outwardly conscious thought, whereas the other side of the brain was controlling motor skills, and it had its own personality, right?
Yeah.
So the human consciousness, what we always thought of as our personality, our consciousness, what some people call a soul, can be manipulated by manipulating your own gray matter. So your consciousness is your gray matter. It's whatever's sitting in your head, right? It's the reason why your head's the most important damn thing in the world. Because the moment that thing gets turned off, everything gets turned off, right?
Mhm.
And so the question ends up becoming that if you're able to break down a mind, let's say like Ghost in the Shell, right? Where you're able to digitally transfer a consciousness, is that really you being transferred if your consciousness is so localized within your own gray matter?
Yeah. It's the same it's basically the evolved version of the ship of Theseus
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
philosophical question. Are
Exactly.
you still the same
That's exactly right.
entity if parts of you change? It's like and that question is I guess I could go into um a review of this show that I've been watching
Mhm.
because it kind of explores that too.
All
It's
right, yeah, go ahead. Let's talk about it.
Severance
Mhm.
from Apple
Oh, I've
TV.
heard about that. Damn it, I've been wanting
It's
to
a
watch it. I haven't had
it's
a
a good
chance.
it's a good show.
Mhm.
So and the actors do such a great job. The music is cool. The cinematography is really cool. Like such a
Mhm.
good show. I can't wait for the next season. So yeah, basically, and they tell you this in the first episode, okay?
Mhm.
Um it's cool how you learn it though. But
Yeah.
you basically um there's this company that has this process called severing or the
Mhm.
severance, um which is where a certain floor of the company they basically perform this procedure on the employees where your brain is basically switched on and off,
Oh, damn.
um, depending on if you're going to that floor or not. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so when you step out of the building, out of the floor, you're normal you, right?
Right.
But then when you go into the floor, you completely forget who you are. Like you have no idea who you are. You just know you're an employee who works there and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically live two completely different lives. And it kind
Ooh.
of like asks that question, like, are you still the same person if, or if you like do this procedure? And like you watch the show and you kind of like you would think you're you, right? You'd
Yeah.
follow
Yeah.
these types of characteristics that align with who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But then you kind of watch these people who went through the procedure and they kind of yeah, they kind of are the same, but they don't do things that are in line with who their original person is. Like what,
Oh,
it's
yeah. Yeah.
it's kind of like, whoa, it's an interesting thought experiment. Like,
Mm-hmm.
would you still be the same person if you forgot completely who you were?
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely give it a try, give it a watch.
Oh, dude, I've been wanting to watch that one for a while.
It's a good show.
I keep
Yeah.
hearing about it. I've seen clips from it, from doom scrolling a lot, and it looks like such a fun, heady kind of show to get into. Like,
Oh yeah.
and I just love the idea of like, yeah, just questioning what makes us us, right? This
Mm-hmm.
idea of like, if somebody were to manipulate your mind, um, in a very physical way, do you come back as the same person afterwards? I mean, like,
Yeah.
I think people have to face these. Yeah, Mark says that it sounds interesting, and that he's been told to watch it. I
It's
just keep
very
seeing
good.
I keep seeing scenes of it. But yeah, man, like one of it. I'm gonna get into like one of my biggest fears, right? One of my biggest fears since I was a teenager is to I've always considered it like losing my mind, right? Like this idea that all of a sudden I wake up one day and I am no longer me because something has happened to my head, right? Like, I don't know why that's always been a fear of mine. Maybe because I've had like acute anxiety for a good portion of your brain, or if you've ever like suffered from panic attacks before, sometimes it feels like you literally don't have control over your own brain. And so it's always
Mm-hmm.
been something that's always like it's always been like a fear in the back of my head, like, one day something happens to you and what makes you you goes away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just thinking about the idea of like, oh yeah, Gene in the chat wonders, something like surgery to manipulate the mind. Yeah, yeah, you're exactly right. Like, there was, I was talking about earlier, that there were these experiments in the '60s where, in order to treat, I believe it was epilepsy, some surgeons decided to split the brain between the left and right hemisphere, and that ended up creating two distinct personalities within the same person. Um, yeah, and like just that idea, that kind of uh feeling of like, all of a sudden what made you you is now gone and replaced by something else, and you can't like, you don't know it, and because the you that was you is now gone and it's replaced by something else, right? Like it's one of those fears where it's like it always one of the things that scare me in the same vein is like something like dementia, or having Alzheimer's, right? Where your brain literally just kind of like starts deteriorating on you and ends up creating just a different version of you, right? And it's just like, oh man. And then to think, right, and for our minds to be as much as a mystery as that is, right? The uh-oh. Are you still there, Lily?
Yeah, my power blipped.
Oh, okay. No problem. I'll get you back on as soon as you share your screen again.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's like it's just that idea of like what will it take or what can happen to your brain that would change who you are? And then if we ever develop technology to the point where it can transfer consciousness in any form or fashion, right? Would that still be um would that still be us?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like like I don't know. I don't know. There's a huge part of me that just it just makes me think like no, that would not be us anymore. That that would be something completely different, and we need to be careful. We need to be careful if we ever get to a point, technologically speaking, if like if like all right, so here's one, like, so imagine, this AI buzz keeps going, right, and discoveries within AI keep going on and on and on, and we finally get to a point where AI is like maybe just kind of close to replicating sentience or human consciousness. It's almost there, but it's not quite there, right? And you have a company that's like, oh, you know what, we are now able to transfer your human consciousness digitally, and now you can live forever in the digital world, a la, the amazing digital circus or some junk like that, right? Would you trust a company to transfer your digital consciousness like that? Or to transfer
Hmm.
your consciousness in general like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Like, oh, that would scare the ever living hell out of me. I don't think I would ever trust technology to get to that point. I'll just, like, I can imagine, decades from now, these kids are like, yeah, I'm gonna transfer my consciousness to some new digital VR world where I can play video games, and I'm just over here too damn scared to do it. It's like, nope, no, I'm good. Thanks. Gene in Instagram chat says, yeah, because what makes you you, right? Your thoughts and your memories, your morals, etc. To see that go is scary. It's true. It
Hmm.
scares the hell out of me. I don't know why I've had that fear since I was young, but it was always something that just puts a fear in me. I don't know why. It puts a fear in me. Ugh. But going on into consciousness, I did watch the first episode of they've only released one episode so far of The Ghost in the Show. The series released by Science Saru.
Hmm.
Did you get a chance to watch the episode, Lily, or no?
No, I I didn't know it was out, and then I was watching just a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of
Yeah,
other anime.
yeah. Going back to the illustration I had about companies saying that they could transfer your consciousness into an AI. Mark says the billionaires would have to go first and be the test dummies just in case anything goes wrong. Yeah, yeah. Feed the billionaires into this into this
They
AI
might
model
even
first.
they might even do it too.
Who
We saw
knows,
it with
man?
Ocean Gate.
Yeah. They are not afraid to put their lives at risk, apparently.
I mean, rip that poor kid that
Right.
got
Oh,
on
that poor
there.
kid, man.
Yeah,
He
he
he didn't
didn't
ask
even want to
for it.
go on there. Yeah, poor dude.
Jesus.
Everyone else, you kind of got it,
Yeah, you
except
kind
that
of
poor
asked
kid.
for it. But the kid, he didn't
Yeah,
have a choice.
he didn't even want to get on there. So poor dude. But yeah, like if history is telling,
They
they
might
might
just do
just
it
do it
themselves
themselves.
first.
Just be
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Let's put Elon on one of his rockets and send him to Mars and let's see what happens. So anyways, back to what I was saying. I watched the first episode.
Mhm.
Just to give you a little bit of background, I think I originally bought the Ghost in the Shell graphic novel like back in like 2009, 2010ish, right? And the reason I bought it is because I was a fan of the original film, and then I had just got through watching the standalone complex series that came out in 2006, but I had watched it late. Like I think I watched it whenever there was reruns of it on Toonami or Adult Swim, one of those two. Um so because I was a big fan of those two properties, I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy the graphic novel and I'm gonna read it and see what it's like. And so whenever I bought the graphic novel is vastly different from the original film and from the TV series. Um, the original graphic novel is a lot more animated. It has a lot more comedy in it. And the designs were completely different. It seemed as if like the original film and the TV series that came after it was kind of like its own version of Ghost in the Shell compared to what was in the graphic novel. But, like being a Western comic book reader, and, of course, at the time, you had some of the early comic book movies that were coming out, and I just kind of thought, like, okay, that's just kind of the way it is. It didn't make me hate the original film or the TV series that were out during that time. But it did make me kind of like wish that there was something that was a little bit truer to the graphic novel that I had. Um, and then this series comes out by Science Saru, and dear Christ, man, this is almost like a direct port from the manga in both like art, tone, and design. Like they nail all of it. Um I can't it or so the interesting part is that this first episode covers issues 1 and 2 of the graphic novel. And issue 1 is just a prologue, and issue 2 is called Super Spartan. And I mean, outside of a few like story beats that they change, and it's not much, and maybe just like a little bit of dialogue here and there, because I was watching the dubbed version. Um, my God, did they do such a good fucking job on this? And of course, like you kind of expect that coming out of Science Saru, but
Mhm.
fuck, man, did they nail it? Like I can't praise it more than I already have. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, this is I think like a very faithful adaptation of Ghost in the Shell.
Okay.
And I think the only thing that the first episode left out, which I'm guessing they're saving it for episode 2, was at the end of issue 2. They show Major Kusanagi and Lieutenant Colonel Aramaki kind of forms Section 9 of public security, and they don't show that this in this episode, which I thought was interesting. But outside of that, like it is so true to the manga, and um I'm starting to hear people complain about it.
What?
Well, I think people are complaining about it because the major um Kusanagi of the original film and the TV series that came out of that is definitely different from the graphic novel version of her, right? The in the film they make her like they kind of make the existential dread of not of like not knowing the difference between like what is human consciousness and what is just a digital brain. um they kind of like paint her character with that existential dread. Like they tried to make her look as realistic as possible. They tried to make her look almost as inhuman as possible to kind of get across this idea that she's a human brain within a cyborg's body, right? Um and so the design and the personality that is in the movies are way different from the manga. Because in the manga she's more animated. She tells jokes a little bit more. She's a little bit more um she kind of wears her emotions on her sleeve a little bit more. She's a little bit more tactical, a little, well, maybe not a little bit more tactical because the original major Kusanagi was tactical in the original series, but I would say that she's probably like a little bit more um um what's the word I'm looking for? Um hard nosed, and almost, and if not for her being as um uh charismatic as she is in the manga and in this new series, she almost comes off as being almost unsympathetic to what other human beings are experiencing. As there's essentially these hijacking terrorists that take over people's brains because everyone has kind of digitized their brains in this new future. um and so her being a cyborg herself, she's just kind of like, although she's there to kind of capture these puppeteers, these hijackers, she's almost unsympathetic to the victims only because doesn't quite she hasn't quite wrapped her own head around her own consciousness and her own human experience, right? So for people to witness a more glib and a bit more um like um what's the word I'm looking for? A a bit more I can't think of the vocabulary I'm looking for now, where she kind of sees these things as being surreal and not to be taken seriously, I guess is the kind of descriptor I'm going for here, right? She takes everything as kind of like a little bit as a joke, um, and kind of like embraces the ridiculousness of it all. Um, Whereas in the original film and the original TV series, she didn't have that attitude. She was a lot more serious, probably a lot more nihilistic, I would say, in the original film and series. And so yeah, people are noticing these differences, and because they're used to one thing more than the other, this new version of Major Kusanagi is just kind of throwing them off.
Mhm.
But one of the things that I appreciated was at the 2026 um, uh, Annecy Annecy International Animation Film Festival. The
Mm.
director of this new series, his name is Toma Kimura, confirmed that Science Saru's upcoming adaptation of The Ghost in the Shell uses zero Gen AI. That he has a firm stance against AI, and that whenever he announced this during the festival, he got a standing applause. So a lot of people were pointing out the irony of being anti AI for a project that deals a lot with artificial intelligence. Like artificial intelligence is like one of the driving forces of the series. So I think I think that I thought that was pretty cool of him. It's pretty cool that Science Saru is taking that stance and
Yeah.
saying big O F you to AI in a show about AI.
Hmm.
Oh man, we need more of that. We need more of that in the industry. People need to stop um, anthropomorphizing AI the way that they have, because as you can see, Ford kind of screwed themselves in the process.
It sure did. They fucked around
And found
and they
out,
found
baby.
out
That's the way it should happen.
in the
Um,
worst way possible. Who gets rid of the
seriously, man.
smartest people? Like, what the heck?
And that's
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 crazy.
that's interesting because like I remember I don't know who the head of Ford is. I can't I don't know his name, but I did see an interview of his where he was kind of like praising a lot of the Chinese EVs that were coming out of that country, and saying that Ford needed to kind of embrace um, the EV market in the same way China has. Um, and then to kind of like, I don't know if China themselves are doing the same, where they're trying to replace employees with um with AI. But then he comes around and he does this, and it's just kind of like, what lesson did you take from all that, man?
What did we learn?
Right? Shit. Like, come on, dude. Like,
Crazy.
come on. You gotta do better. You gotta do better. But unfortunately, man, I mean, the auto industry isn't the only one that's suffering from losses because of they think they can utilize AI in a way that it's not meant to. Like, did you see all the layoffs that Microsoft has been doing in their video game department?
Uh,
Have you heard of
I know
any of
that.
them?
I mean, I know that they did. Is Bungie a part of them?
Yeah, Bungie was a part of that. Well, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
they.
not for Microsoft, but Sony essentially was doing the same thing.
Oh, okay. I mean, the last I saw of it was when they discontinued um Destiny. They laid
Mm-hmm.
off the entire team.
Yeah. Well, Microsoft just got through laying off, I think, somewhere around 2,000 employees.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a lot of people are saying that the reason video game companies are doing this is because they're kind of like I think they're calling it realigning these companies. But Jesus, is it costing so many people their jobs, man? Like, and not only that, like obviously the industry has a heavy suspicion that they're implementing AI more and more, and that's what's causing a lot of people these jobs too. But for fuck's sake, like you can only kill your own industry so much before it becomes uh
Mhm.
before you end up screwing yourself
I think,
too
yeah, it
hard.
definitely was the pandemic that
Mhm.
that really screwed a lot of things over
Yeah,
because
they yeah.
they saw a rise in gaming during the
Mhm.
pandemic because what else are you gonna do when you're shut in,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Right?
So they saw great potential in that, which is great, but then everyone went back to work. They don't have time to game anymore. And then on top
Yeah.
of that, they're just um making more and more useless things that require chips that,
Mhm.
it inflates the price
Extremely
of games.
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, so the people that do want to play video games can't because guess what? It's too expensive. So you guys are just shooting yourselves in the foot here. Can you make up your
Congratulations,
mind?
guys.
What do you want to do? Like what do you want to do?
What do
Don't
you
want to
want
make
out of
money.
this, man?
Yeah. And again, who gets punished for that? The consumer.
Mhm.
We are the ones who take like everything about this whole situation's so stupid. Like,
Oh my god, to say the
god
least.
damn it. But yeah, it's a shame that it keeps going on. Like they need to figure their shit out because it's not fair to those people who who spent years and years, trying to get into their dream job only to
Mhm.
just be let go from it. And who
Exactly.
knows? It could be from AI, it could be not.
Mhm.
All I'd want is just for them to figure their shit out. Like just fix it. Can you
Just
fix it,
figure it the
please?
fuck out,
Yeah,
folks.
stop
It
it.
can't be that hard.
Stop messing with people's livelihoods. Get your shit together.
Right? Oh, dude, check this out. I just came across this article right now, where they're talking about Meta's removing Instagram's latest AI feature following negative backlash from users. Meta
The thing you
states,
just had us turn
"Yep,
off?
uh-huh." Um, Meta says, "We've heard the feedback that this feature missed the mark, so it's no longer available." Ha ha ha! The public does it again, folks.
I think I
Yeah.
think they're being sued. I think
Good.
Meta's being sued too
Good.
because of the addictive qualities that it's breaching in another country.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, which is
Oh,
like,
dude.
hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I feel like Kylo Ren. Have you ever seen that meme where he's like screaming more?
I'm sure I have. I don't know who.
That's what
Sure
I
I've seen
feel
it.
like. It's just like more.
Honestly, yes, keep it coming.
Mhm.
Give the give them the hurt. No one asked for this. And what a like such a you'd think that they would learn from what happened with Twitter and their
Yeah.
implementation of Grok. How
Mhm.
dangerous that is to their audience.
Well,
Like,
well, the thing is like, and this is the part that pisses me off, right? It's like Elon Musk is really like he is his own hype man, and he is rich to the point where he can make something that is as much as a failure as Grok is, right? He can hype that up to the point where he can make money off of it. Like
mhm.
like he recently did that with SpaceX. Or I don't know if you remember, but whenever SpaceX went public, and that's how he became like the world's first trillionaire, and then he quickly lost B or he quickly became the world's first X trillionaire just as quickly. But um, a lot of the reason why he pushed SpaceX to go public is because China recently released their own space rocket that can land itself. I think I just came across video of it. I came across video of it today, actually, where China was displaying one of their rockets that was self landing. And so they were like, oh, well, Elon Musk, that's probably why Elon Musk pushed to have SpaceX go public so that way he can go ahead and make his money and then bail, right? And and essentially he does the same thing with Grok, right? He privatizes Grok so that way he can implement it within his government contracts. He makes money off of that, off of our tax money, by the way. And then he never fixes the program or makes it better, right? Because he's already made his money. He doesn't care. This motherfucker's his own best hype man with his own products that he doesn't even have a hand in half the fucking time. He's just
Mm-hmm.
really good at making money off of all of it. It's so again, I'll say it again and again and again. I don't understand how are some of the richest people in the world are probably the most deplorable, backwards, and moronic of the human race. And for some reason, people fall for it every goddamn
Every
time.
time.
They'll even defend it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, man. But I'm glad Meta's finding out that they fucked up there.
Yeah, that's great news.
Hell yeah.
It's crazy how much because I don't know. There are a few articles that have come out that said that a lot of people don't even use AI,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and people are really not liking it. They don't like it. There's more people that don't like it than not, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how. And I guess I mean we kind of do know how is they keep or they already have spent so much money on it that they have no choice but to push it, right?
Yeah.
They have no choice but to push it because they already wasted this much money on it.
Mm-hmm.
And
And the thing
yeah,
is,
like
I think there's even a number of companies that are suffering from or I say suffering, but it's costing them more money to use AI and the AI
mm,
tokens than it's actually worth. So,
yeah,
they adopt AI thinking that it's going to save them money, whenever really it just ends up costing them more money. But that's because it's like I said, they ended up sniffing these AI developers' farts and they got high off of the supply, man. They believed everything these developers were telling them, and it's crazy.
which yeah, with no proof. Like
Mhm.
they invested too much in the potential and now it's biting them in the ass. Which, you know, as a tragic lover girl, I can
Mhm.
agree. I can kind of sympathize. I have seen potential in things, but
Uh-huh.
this is just insane. Like this is such a like a fever dream that you have to have, you know? Like
Yeah.
to invest to be so willing to invest so much money into something that has no proof that it's gonna work.
I
Like
know, dude.
it's
I know.
crazy. And
It's
so
like
many
yeah.
I don't get it. But I think another good news that we can say is that I haven't really looked into this, but I
Mhm.
kind of believe it because of the not necessarily bans but pauses that places have been putting on data building of data centers or
Mhm.
establishment of them.
Yeah.
There have been data centers that have been abandoned.
Yes. Yeah, I have been
Oh,
hearing
this is
about that.
true? Yeah, I've heard about it. Oh, like once or twice, but
Yeah, there's
that's
a couple of contracts that have been falling through.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking
Hell
about.
yeah. I just hope that they find a like I hope they don't I mean it's better than them running and wasting so much energy and
Mhm.
resources, right? But it
Yeah.
sucks that they kind of just sit there um you know, just empty where
Yeah.
they could be put to some good use. Like I don't know, make them a shelter or something
I
or
know, right? We could use that
but that
space
would
for so much for so much
that would be
more
too philanthropic and cost so much money that they don't want to spend
that they
that
don't wanna
isn't going to
spend.
make
Yeah,
them
that's what it
money.
really comes down
Yeah,
to. It's like,
they
it's
don't
not
want to
that it
spend
would
that
cost
kind of
more
money.
money, it's just that they don't wanna spend their money on said thing.
Yeah, exactly. But that's pretty cool to hear that they're just falling through.
Oh yeah, I think they got a lot of pressure from what I'm reading. It seems as if Meta got a lot of pressure from SAG and all of its members. So hey, man,
Nice.
Hollywood comes in for the win, and the very rare W's that Hollywood brings us. This is one of them. That gives me the warm and fuzzies. I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
More. I need more of it. I love it. I need more of it. Oh man. All right. Well, let's see. We are 18 past the hour here. Do you want to take a look at the artwork?
Yeah.
All right. Let me see here. Let me fast forward a little bit here. Give me 1 second so I can pull this up. Okay. All right. That's what I got so far. Okay. Let's take a look at yours here. All right. We got Toph and oh crap. Her name's escaping me.
Katara.
Yes. I knew it. I knew it. It's just, brain farts. Oh, wait. Let's see. Mark had put something in chat. He says he found a headline on Reddit. Thieves are now targeting AI data center construction sites for copper and expensive equipment.
Nice.
Yeah, like I've been hearing about that. And what are those flock cameras that we've been hearing a lot about online lately? Have you
I've
have you
not
heard of them?
heard of that.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
apparently there's these surveillance cameras that are starting to go up everywhere. And they use AI to track license plates, details of
Oh, okay. No,
cars.
I covered this.
Yeah,
Okay, what
yeah.
about it?
Well, apparently they are people are starting to cut these cameras down for
Nice.
materials.
Nice. Because they're
Right?
spying on us.
Exactly. Nice.
And also, it's not theft if it was already theft to begin with.
Exactly.
They're just Robin Hooding. So I'm
I,
all for it.
I love the society that we're in now, where it's like it's not theft if it was theft to begin with, and it's not theft if you didn't own it to begin with.
Yep. Not piracy if
All
you
right,
didn't own
man.
it.
This is
If
where we're
you
at,
can't own it.
baby.
Yep. Robin Hood. Yep.
Right?
I'm all for it.
I'm here.
Good
I'm
shit.
here for it.
Yep.
But yeah, I like the action poses that you have there. Are these the adult versions of the characters?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is for
I
the.
figured how freaking buff Toph is, baby.
I'm trying. It's kind of hard to draw her from like this angle
Mm-hmm.
because there's not a lot of references that you can get that are from
Yeah, yeah.
behind. And then, yeah, so it's kind of hard. Like, I'll get it, but it's pretty fun. I'm trying to do more dynamic poses and all this fun stuff. So,
Nice. I like
yeah,
it, man. It's looking good.
thank you. Yours is looking good too. I like it. Is this the canvas zoomed out or
Yeah, yeah.
is
This is
this
the
just
canvas zoomed out that I
okay?
have.
So
Mm-hmm.
okay. So it takes up the whole. Does she
Yes.
pilot a so I've never seen Ghost in the Shell either.
Oh, okay.
Does she also pilot
Yes.
a
So,
she's a cyborg who pilots a robot?
yeah, they are, man, what are the names of these tanks? So they have access to these tanks called, hold on, let me look at my graphic novel. Fujikomas. Fujikomas are tanks that they can get into. It's pretty much they use them as vehicles and as reconnaissance vehicles where they can like they're shaped like spiders and they can climb walls. Of course they got ammunitions, and they have their own personalities as well, and they can talk with their writers. And so each member of Section 9 has their own Fuchi. I just forgot what I just said. Literally, not even a minute ago. Ah, my brain is. Ugh.
The little robot thingies.
Yeah, the little robot tanks. Damn it. I need medication, man.
It's okay.
But yeah, so they get into these whenever they're about to go into a mission, and it's pretty much their tanks. And it's funny because if you ever watch the anime, these tanks, they have like these cute like little mascot voices whenever they talk, and they have their own personalities. And so like some, they look like gigantic mechanized spiders, but they're real cutesy.
But yeah, and they're also killing machines,
Yeah, and they're
so
also killing machines as well.
so they talk all cute while they shoot things.
Exactly. They're always like, "You got it, Major," and they're always doing these
I like
things. So I decided to make this one waving at the camera while she's pointing the gun at
it. That's cute.
it. I wanted to include another character, and I wanted to draw a more dynamic pose too. And anybody who was
Yeah.
watching the beginning of the stream was seeing me mess around with um 3D figures as well as a 3D sphere to kind of get the body bend correct. So yeah, yeah. I can't wait to I got so many pieces I gotta finish. Oh my god. So many. So many I
Yeah,
need to finish.
I just finished the Amazing Digital
Oh yeah, I
Circus
saw
one
that.
from 2 weeks
I like the
ago.
coloring on it.
Thank you. It was very stressful because
How so?
I'll pull it up.
Uh-huh.
And I like how it came out. I feel
Yeah,
like it could be a little better, but considering I don't do backgrounds, I think I can pat myself on the back and
right.
say, "Hey, this turned out pretty fucking good." But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, obviously I used a reference. I didn't
Right.
think of this out of my brain because it would be crazy if I did because look at it. The colors I they're random placements, but I looked at the backgrounds for the show itself,
Yeah.
and it's really hard doing a really colorful background with really colorful characters.
Yeah.
So this
And
was,
being able to separate the characters from the backgrounds. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's it was a pretty fun challenge altogether.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think when you're doing something like this, you kind of have to like not care what's happening too much
Right.
because if you do, you're going to stress yourself out. We want
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
make it look perfect as much as possible, but I think especially with this property,
Mm-hmm.
everything is supposed to look chaotic, so
Yeah.
you can get away with it kind of looking a little kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I
yeah.
guess I didn't mention during stream last week. I actually watched the entire series of the Amazing Digital Circus. I finally got
Okay.
around to watching it all. And yeah, I completely agree with you. The chaos of it all is
That's what makes it fun.
exactly.
But yeah, that being said, yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, I gotta catch up on these art pieces,
Hmm.
but it's also fun revisiting them
You know what?
like whenever you
I got
get
a
the
question of
chance.
this piece. All right.
Okay.
So I think it's really interesting, and I want to get your take on it. Why did you put Jax in silhouette? Because Jax, from what I watched, he's probably one of the most pivotal characters throughout the entire series.
Mhm.
So
Did you finish it?
I did finish it.
Okay, so this is basically, I guess, um,
I
it
want to hear
calls
your
back to that.
commentary.
Well, it calls back to that finale that, if it would be fun for someone who was like, "Hey, I've heard so much buzz around this property. Let me go look at some artwork." And they
Mm-hmm.
happen to find mine. That'd
Yeah.
be cool. And
Right.
they are like, "Oh, look at all these characters and why is this one like
In
in the
silhouette.
background, just
Yeah.
silhouette, right?" But
Mm-hmm.
then they watch the show and they're like, "Oh, they were kind of like, I guess, foreshadowing
Oh, okay.
what was going to happen to Jax.
All right. I like that.
You know.
Yeah.
But it's also just alluding to what happens to him in the finale. Like he's
Yeah.
just not, he's not there anymore.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
technically he's there, right? Only that he is,
Is
what is it
he
called?
there? Is that him?
Well, I mean, I guess like the digital version of
Yeah, are you still you if you lose
I
your
mean,
mind,
I
you
mean,
know?
spoilers anyone who hasn't seen the series yet, but they're all technically avatars. So
They're
just
just digital
yeah,
copies
they're
of
digital copies
the
of
consciousness
consciousness.
of their
Yeah.
human selves. Like that's not actually them.
Yeah.
It's just a copy of them,
Oh
which is
man.
cool,
Yeah.
but also, are you still you? Like
Ah. Are they
are
something
you a
completely
you?
different? Or
Yeah.
maybe they're the truest you that you can be, since it's just capturing you in a specific moment and you can't evolve past it.
And this is why we need to stop. This is why we need to stop this type of technological fuckery that we're heading towards, because do you really wanna go down this path? Do we really wanna do we really wanna go
It's a
there?
fun philosophical talk for sure.
It's good to think about.
Yeah.
To live it, I
To live
kinda
it,
don't wanna go
totally
there.
different. So,
Oh, thank you.
I'm not gonna like it though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie though. I hated Jax throughout the entire series.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's part of the reason why I did that too,
Yeah.
put him in a silhouette, 'cause
Oh my god,
I
he annoyed
hated
me
him,
the
he's
entire
such an
time.
ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
he acts that way too because he doesn't think it's real.
Yeah, well, not only like I guess what I took away from it is that not only because he doesn't think it's real, but also because it's his coping mechanism, right?
Yeah.
Like the
Mhm.
way that he grew up in the real world, the fact that he was rejected by his father, his mother psychologically abused him as he got older, and then he became homeless until he finally found his group of friends and so on and so forth. But his coping mechanism was to constantly push people away, and not just
Mhm.
push people away if they got too close to them, but like to like straight up troll and mentally injure other people the way his mother did to him, right? And I was like, the entire time he just annoyed the ever living shit out of me. Like, I
Yeah.
understood why he was the way he was, but for
Yeah,
fuck's sake, yeah.
but I can't, like, I do feel bad for him and what he went through,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's, like, good that, he finds out who he really is towards the end, and
Mhm.
that his actual real life self finds out who they are at the end,
Yeah, yeah, thankfully.
But I can't empathize with people who use that type of way to,
Yeah. Yeah, I
to
can't
cope
either.
with their feelings,
I
like
can't
to
either.
just mistreat people
Mhm.
is it's like, man, it's like a bully,
Yeah. Yeah,
who
essentially
bullies because they're being bullied. Like
exactly. Like
it's not
I just saw him
right.
as being like a internet troll the entire time, and it just made me dislike him more and more
Yeah.
as the
It's like just because 'cause you're hurt doesn't mean you get to hurt people type
exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the people that I ended up sympathizing more with the entire series was probably like Ragatha and uh King
Gangle.
uh
Kinger.
Kinger,
Kinger's
yeah.
my favorite.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Kinger's
He's
one
a
of my favorites
crazy
too.
he's a crazy dude. But, love him.
he's the dad figure throughout the entire thing,
He's
I
the
feel like.
dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely can't wait to see, um, your piece finished. It looks really cool how it's coming out so far, and your other pieces.
Yeah,
Get to it.
I've been
Get to it, buddy.
I've been dealing with a lot of mental fog lately. I'm slowly seeing
Yeah.
my way out of it, so I'm gonna it's almost like I hate it whenever, I go through these sometimes it feels like, and it has to be a byproduct of the ADHD, because I don't know where else it's coming from, and I really need to get it diagnosed. But it's one of those things where it's like there's just certain times where the brain fog is just heavier than most. Like
Too
I
much.
yeah, man. Like I've even found it extremely difficult do the clips for like the past week to 2 weeks because of all this brain fog. So I'm
Mm.
slowly clearing it out. It's just been slow at them, and I'm gonna get back to it, man. Because there's so. I think for like the next couple of free for all streams that we're doing, I'm gonna be working on like the older pieces, because there's so many that I want to finish, because there were so many good ideas. Like there, oh, dude, you remember the Wolverine and Faye piece that I was doing?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I found a completely way. Here, let me see if I can share it real quick. Give me 1 second. I found a completely way to pose the figures by taking your advice, right, on the poses and the camera angles. And dude,
Mhm.
I am jonesing to get back into it, and I want to show you what I came up with, just to see what you think about it. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling up Clip Studio, or here we go. This was the um here we are. Open. Open. Open the door. Here we go. Is it gonna do it? Maybe I need to do it this way. Here we go. Software starting. Please wait. Oh,
I have to finish
maybe I can
the
show it
Kingdom
like
Hearts
this.
piece from last week.
Oh, nope.
Oh,
Here it comes. It's just going a little slow. I'm running like 6 different programs right now. And as you can see, there's a whole bunch of other projects that I want to finish too. Here it is. Slowly but surely. Almost. Almost. You can do it, computer. I believe in you. Here we go. This is the pose.
okay.
You see, so
Yeah. The
yeah, so
haunch.
I'm gonna have Wolverine up front, claws out, gonna have Faye in the background, and I kept the height proportional as well, right? So
Yeah.
obviously I'm gonna be adding a shit ton more bulk to Wolverine, because these 3D figures just, they give you like twig human beings. I
Noodle.
swear they do.
Look at that noodle arm.
Look at that noodle arm he's got there. I, I
Oh
need
my
bro to hit the
goodness.
protein and some weights.
Pay too. Like, what the hell? Look at that noodle arm.
I know, dude. I hate that these figures are. So apparently, I did learn that you can thicken them out a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be messing with those settings, because for like the last piece with the figure, I had to thicken out the figure's thighs, because I hate the little twiggy thighs that they give you, dude. It's like Korean K-pop idol thighs.
Oh,
It's like,
come
geez,
on now. They work out. They
what?
work out.
Oh, they
They
work
gotta
out.
dance.
Dancing's not workout, it's cardio. It's toning at
Hello.
best.
There's jumping and shit. That
Oh,
takes muscle.
really? Really?
Yes.
No, it's
Yep.
toning. They're toning at best. That's why their legs
I
never
mean,
get
yeah,
any thicker.
definitely. Definitely. But I think they got more muscle than that.
Somebody needs to tell them to pack on the sandwiches then, because something ain't working. Legs are too tiny.
All right, all right. But yeah, that'll
I need
be
some girth.
That'll be
I need
something
Marvel
to.
Rivals level of girth going on.
Okay. But that'll be fun to see at the next stream,
Oh
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah, I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna I don't know what to do next, either the Ghost in the Shell or the Wolverine one. Because the thing is, I was even thinking about going back and finishing the Spider-Man one soon because when
Oh, for
does
the movie.
yeah, the movie's going to be coming out in about 2 weeks. I think
Oh my gosh.
for the fan art stream I'm going to do Spider-Man. I'm going to finish Spider-Man. And
It's
so for the
coming
next
out.
one, yeah, yeah, we're literally 2 weeks away, dude.
Coming out on the 30th?
Mm, I thought, yeah, wait, hold on. I thought it was coming out like on the, oh no, I don't know whenever it's coming out. Hold on. Spider-Man, brand new
Yeah,
day.
31st.
The 31st?
30th
Okay.
at earliest if you're cuz the 25th is Avatar.
All right. So next stream, I can work on the Wolverine one. Either that or work on the Ghost in the Shell one. And then on the
Whichever
24th,
whichever you feel like.
yeah. And then on
Whichever you're like, "You know what? I feel like drawing this today."
the 24th is gonna be the another fan art stream. You know what? I'm gonna do Spider-Man on the 24th because we won't be doing another fan art one until, or I could just do it because we're gonna be streaming again on the 17th, the 24th, and the 31st. Which 31st is the day after. Well, no, 31st is a good time to do it. Fuck it, I'm drawing Spider-Man on the 31st. Put it in your
Oh, the day
calendars. I'm finally gonna finish that one.
but that's a good spot to end the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us again today, you guys. You can find us at SOArt Studio on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. You can find me at Lily Lilac Draws on Instagram, Threads, Tumblr, and TikTok. All our links are down below. Um, if you'd like, go check out our coffee page. Any donations are kindly appreciated, but really just being here is just support all on its own, and we really
Definitely.
appreciate hanging out with you guys. Thanks for coming again at the end of the week to talk about everything that's inspired us, that's angered us, that's made us laugh, and that's inspired us. But yeah, we'll see you next time, and remember, stay creative.
See ya.
Bye bye.